Sup YouTube, welcome back to another video documenting my journey to legend. I've never hit legend before and I'm hoping to do so for the first time this season. If that's something you think you'd be interested in, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Man, do I have a video for you today. If the title doesn't give it away already, and my attitude doesn't give it away, I was so close, so close. I was there, man. I tasted the sweet nectar of Aphrodite's bosom and was immediately met by the groin of Zeus. God, it feels awful. I was 40 points away. Exactly 40, a little less than 40 points away from hitting legend, which is why I hadn't told anybody, not even in the Discord, because I wanted to surprise you guys, hopefully with a push to legend. But instead, in my first set back, I got clapped 0-5. I'm so upset. Let's get into it. I'm rocking Deoxys, Sableye, and Walrein, because I'm a noob and I was hoping to use Metamons to reach legend, and I think that was my mistake. We have a pretty horrible lead in the beginning because I'm not rocking Rock Slide. So what do? We weep. We cry. We cry and hope for the best. I get off this Thunderbolt, which is gonna do some decent damage, but not exactly. I hope to CMP tie here, but I don't. And here I commit my first mistake. I should have stayed in. I shouldn't have swapped. Why are you swapping? I panicked. You panicked. And your weaknesses cost the lives of 3 others. And now I'm gonna attempt to farm this thing all the way down, especially since they're not swapping out, which is a good sign. They're gonna let me, thinking they could get to the next Sky Attack, but they wouldn't. And they bring in, I believe they have a Medi in the back, a God of War. And I probably should have done a Shadow Claw, but I was at 100 energy. And because of that, I don't get that other move off because God of War OP. And now I have to come in and farm this down, but my Deoxys is all but gone. You know, he's like chilling in the back. What can he do? Nothing. And of course they're rocking Pup because that's the appropriate moveset. I go for the Hail Mary play, which is great because it lands, but nothing's gonna happen. I throw the Cycle Boost and, yeah, you know, it's... Oh, what-y da. I was handed my tuchus on this day, and I wanted to share my claps with you. Because why not? Now a Pelipper. I hate this lead. That you would think this is a favorable lead, but this lead is trash. This lead is the most garbage lead ever. Because that stupid Pelipper is so damn spammy. So I do go for the Thunderbolt, and then I swap out because they shield. And I figure, okay, maybe up a shield I can do something, but I do have to shield this Hurricane. And in comes the goddamn Reggie. And like, you should know this, man. You're better than this. You're better than these plays. You should know there's double steal in the back, or at least a steal that complements Pelipper. But no, instead, what are you gonna do? You're gonna let your Walrein go down. You're gonna come back in with the Oxys. You're gonna farm this thing all the way to Shitty Pot Town. And you're gonna hope for the best. And I don't even think we get to farm it all the way down. Yeah, see? Now I have to invest a shield. What is you doing, my guy? I don't really know what I could have done. Maybe let it go down and trust in Sableye? And maybe that was the play. There's a Sableye in the back. 1-on-1 shields, this is nigh impossible. I'm waiting for the catch. They don't catch. And at this point, it's done. This game is... Oh, what-y da. They do allow me to get to this foul play, which is great. All the good it's going to do me. We Simul KO, which is fantastic. I lose CMP. A Thunderbolt doesn't KO from that range. You know, I must have been smoking something. And we take that loss. So, G to the G. We're up against Jamie from Palette. I just realized I never say the names of the trainers. I don't know, I guess I just space out. Horrible lead. We swap into Sableye, the safest of the swaps. We're met with an Altaria. I figure I'm only getting to 1 move. In hindsight, I would have gone to 2, so that was kind of risky. And you see, yeah, I might have gotten to 2. Maybe the Dragon Breaths might have KO'd. And now I come in with Walrein since I figure I can farm it all the way down and not respect the move. I respect the move. God dang it. Let's see, could I have done anything 2 shields up? No. I mean, this was pretty RPS. My opponent did allow himself a couple of win cons in the beginning. I do manage to catch what I hope is a Zap Cannon. It is. Do I get the debuff? I do. And now what can Sableye do? Come on, tell me in the comments. Tell me what can it do? It can farm me all the way down. Oh my god, man. Yeah, so I'm making a lot of misplays, and I am doing what every madman does. Sticking with the same thing and hoping it works out. So I swap it out for the last 2 battles, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Reggie into Sableye, not the worst matchup. I did play a few Shadow Sableyes, and that matchup is actually a lot closer. So we tanked the first one. I tried to throw correctly for the Zap Cannon. I realized afterwards that you can go straight for it if they're throwing, because your move will fall between their Shadow Claw. And that way, in case you get the debuff, you take 1 less fully buffed Shadow Claw. There I make another mistake. I should have just let the Reggie go down. I should have came in with Sableye, farmed all the way down. If they brought the Reggie in anyway, I would have been a lot of energy up, and I probably could have shielded and forced a shield from them. But instead I make a misplay again. I will outpace 2 foul plays, which is great. Gonna force them to make a decision. And what do they decide? I forget what they decide. I think they let it go. And they don't come back in with Sableye. So now I'm in a conundrum. Because I can get this move off. I thought for sure they might try to snipe, but they don't. And now I can come in with Reggie since they let that through. And I believe this was sort of winnable, but I think I needed to make a catch. Well, first of all, I needed to not do that. That was my lose con right there. I should have just kept farming. But even so, man, like they let the Reggie go down, and if I had thrown the Thunderbolt, maybe that additional counter damage would have been enough. But my Reggie's really low. It's 1 Shadow Claw away, and my Sableye is also one away. So maybe with that additional counter, we could have at least tied. But again, I misplayed that to the max. Finally, a favorable lead. But this is an 0-5. How do I screw this up? I saw the Mud Boy coming. Anytime a Pelipper stays in, I just figure they're gonna try to catch. We bring in the Sableye. We do soften up the Whiscash, which is really annoying. We CMP, I believe, because I didn't want to take another Mud Bomb. God forbid the Pelipper farms me down. And now I'm just gonna go straight for the foul play. They do CMP tie, and they full send the Hurricane. Good play, otherwise it would have had the shield. And I'm gonna wait on my switch timer a bit and then bring back in the Registeel, also known as Reginald. It really does look like an ice cream, doesn't it? And here I was expecting them to catch, which is why I didn't throw, and now I gotta eat another move. And I didn't throw between their wing attack. I sort of like panicked and they got an additional wing attack off. Now I'm just hoping they throw. I think I shield to preserve this guy, right? And then I'm gonna swap out into Deoxys. Oh, I go straight for the Folk Splash, hoping they lost count. They did, and now I bring Deox. And I believe because no, do I call this? Okay, they don't build back up to the Hurricane, so they're just gonna launch the Weather Ball, and they bring in Walrein. Muriel, the Cowardly Walrus. And I don't have enough thrust in these pumps. And I CMP tie, which is even worse. Had I gotten that counter off, I might have been able to counter it down, and look at that misplay. Ha! If you couldn't tell I was tilted while playing these matches, then you can now. And this game is Owarida. We take that heartbreaking loss. 0-5, man. Clapped, left, right, center, up, down, back, bent over, turned around, every which way you can think of. I was bamboozled. I was had. I was led astray. Jesus Christ, man, it feels pretty damn awful to be chilling in the 2890s. I should be grateful, you piece of shit. But yeah, we dropped back down to 2890. I finished my sets for today, and we're still chilling at 2890. So all in all, I just went down. I got 6 days, more like 5, because I think I worked the last day of Hoenn, and I have like 5 or 6 days to try and reach Legend. I have faith, but I'm also stressed. So we'll see how this goes. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.